really glamorous pregnancy symptom that I have been having since the night before I took a positive pregnancy test is night sweats. And not just like, oh, I'm a little bit sweaty under my armpits, like drenched, my clothes are wet, the sheets are wet, the mattress is wet. It's just like so gross. And a lot of times I'll wake up multiple times throughout the night, totally drenched in sweat. It's not just once. It's gross. It makes it super hard to sleep. And it's a pregnancy symptom that not a lot of people talk about. I do this for a living and I was not expecting night sweats. But of course, when you look into the cause of it, it's not that surprising that one of the big causes is, shocker, the change in hormones. So estrogen, one thing that estrogen does is it essentially boosts your body's ability to decrease its temperature by increasing the body's ability to sweat. So it's like estrogen is like really looking out for you in regards to overheating. It really doesn't want you to overheat. So at any sign of getting too hot, you start sweating. And then progesterone, it's a contributor to the increase in your basal body temperature. So you're just hotter in general. And then your blood volume is significantly increasing during pregnancy, and your blood vessels widen as well, which means that you're going to have more blood like right under the surface of the skin, which makes you feel warmer. Something else that can happen is it can be pretty common to have an iodine deficiency during pregnancy, and that can contribute to night sweats as well. So if you're curious about that, go ahead and ask your care provider to test your iodine levels to see if you have a deficiency, and then they might recommend like iodine supplements. Like I've been like a slight thyroid issue, and so I've been taking iodine drops for a couple years. And interestingly enough, when I first found out I was pregnant, I just like freaked out and stopped taking everything but prenatal vitamins. And so I stopped taking the iodine supplements. And I swear when I started taking them again, the night sweats went down in frequency. So it could have just been that I started taking the supplements kind of around the end of my first trimester when I think my hormones, like my body literally chilled out a bit with the night sweats, or the iodine could have had something to do with it. So don't just start taking iodine supplements, talk to your care provider first, but could be an interesting thing to look into. All right, so what to do about night sweats? Sadly, it's not like we can just magically make our hormones calm down. I mean, they're going crazy for a reason, for a good reason. We want them to be surging in the ways that they should. But there are some ways you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable at night if you, like me, often wake up drenched. So something that helped me was leaving out like 2 or even 3 fresh pairs of pajamas in an easy to reach place. Because when I had to like wake up and take my clothes off and like shuffle around for new pajamas, I was wide awake by the end of that endeavor. So now I can just like strip off the wet pajamas, put on new ones. And if the bed is really wet, I also keep a fresh sheet. And so I like taco the sheet and put it in the bed. So I'm not having to like strip the sheets and do all that thing, but I have some fresh sheets to get into. And then sometimes when that gets wet, I flip it on the other side. It's like a whole thing. But so having some fresh sheets handy, having lots of fresh pajamas handy. And yes, you will be doing a lot of laundry. Sleeping with baby wipes by the bed, like to just do a quick like under the arms, the vagina, the butt. Like if your face is sweaty, give yourself a quick wipe down. Because again, if you go and shower at like 3 a.m., you're going to be wide awake. So having those baby wipes, sleeping with a fan on, it doesn't necessarily prevent the night sweats, but it allows you to cool off if you wake up really, really hot. Okay. What else? I'm drinking a lot of water. It's not going to stop the night sweats, but obviously you're losing a lot of fluid by sweating a lot. So you want to replace that fluid. Drinking lots of water, wearing breathable pajamas, and then getting like really breathable sheets, and then sleeping with layers. So instead, like I usually sleep with this like really big, heavy down comforter, and I switched it out with this like alternative down. It's like a more like of a summer comforter. Added a sheet. When if it was the winter right now, I would put like maybe 1 or 2 blankets on the bed if I was cold at night, because then you can like kick off layers as you get hot instead of just having like one, like all or nothing, like one really big heavy blanket or nothing. So use layers. I hope that's helpful. If you are suffering from night sweats, sending you so much sympathy because it sucks. All right, if you want to share your fun stories about night sweats, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have any tips for dealing with them that I didn't share here, by all means, let us know.